Ever wondered how people become entrepreneurs? How they make money without having a 9 to 5? What about the people that have made their money, acquired millions? How do they continue to have their money work for them? Knowledge is power, my people. Unfortunately, most people aren't too fond of sharing such information without a cost. So here it is for free. All I ask in return is that you pay it forward, share this info with others. This is Marlo and Nicole, and you're listening to Business Bullish, where we cover business and money matters from start to finish. You can find me on Instagram at Miss Marlo Nicole with an MS Marlo Nicole, or at www.marlonicole.com. Thanks for listening.
Active networking and relationship building is essential to success in both careers and building businesses long term. It involves meeting and getting to know people who you can assist and whom can potentially help you in return. Networking is about sharing, not taking. It's about forming trust and helping one another towards goals. Expanding your contacts can open new doors and opportunities for business, career advancement, personal growth,
You ready?
or new knowledge.
All right. So we have Dana Pump here with us today of the infamous Pump Brothers. If you don't know, you should. How are you, Dana?
I'm doing great, Marlo. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm not so used to you being so calm and chill.
That's funny.
I'm not used to this. Anyway, thank you for joining us today on Business Bullish. I just had to have you on. You and your brother, I know he's not there with you, but you've always been the mouthpiece, so I've got part of the deal here. So I just want to talk to you about some of the things that you have going on and just business overall. If you don't know, my podcast is really focused on business and how to basically perfect it. And with you, what I want you to kind of let the audience know about today is the importance of networking. I quoted you when you said it's all about relationships. And I know that a lot of people don't understand exactly what that means. And some people take it to a different extreme and think that, you just kind of collect people, not you, but in general, in a business sense. So what is your idea when you say that?
I just think everything revolves around relationships. And when you plant seeds and you water them and cultivate them, and everything is about relationships, getting a job, getting a career, moving along professionally, it's finding people to lead you to people. And as a rainmaker, I always say it all comes down to relationships and maintaining relationships, especially in this climate, and growing relationships. I remember when I met you, Marlo, it was like a little Monday night network we did in LA. And it's amazing, just the relationships, especially in LA, how everyone knows everyone. And, whether it's the night before my charity event, I do a big VIP party. And those relationships have really taken me, I think I told you one of the companies I consult with is Cameo.com. It's an online platform where, whether it's Ice Cube or the former president of Mexico or Aaron Boone with the Yankees, and I built those relationships. Now I'm able to get those people on Cameo. So that's a perfect example of the value of my Rolodex, and I've been able to monetize those relationships.
And that's beautiful. That's again, you hit the nail on the head, but a perfect example. I'm so honored to even have you accept my invitation to be on the show. You could be on CNN right now, but you're here on my little podcast. So I appreciate you very much.
I love how ambitious you are, and you're trying to do the right thing. And if you can open up one or two doors, it's all it takes from this podcast to be very successful.
I agree, and I appreciate that very much. So tell us about some of the business ventures you have going on that you can share.
First of all, my crown jewel is my family foundation. Yes. And when I say that, I think that's my legacy. That's my that tells our story 20 years strong. And this year with COVID-19, we had to cancel. And I just pivoted and said, listen, I'm going to call all my friends in town, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J, Cedric the Entertainer, Magic, and get experiences and put them online. And I've been able to monetize, once again, those relationships to do really good and raise the most money ever. because we have no expenses.
Nice.
And and so that's been something that's been keeping me really busy these last 5-6 months. And so that's one thing. And then the game of basketball has really changed. That's been our footprint for the last 30 years. I think most people know the Pump Brothers from our AAU teams, or all the great players that played on our club team, whether it's James Harden, Paul George, Klay Thompson, Nick Young, etc. But the whole culture of AAU youth basketball tournaments, camps has really changed for good or bad. I think David and Dana had a good run. We like to say we've pivoted from that whole world, and it was time. And so what we've been able to do is monetize all those relationships with college coaches, consulting with different companies. I want to be in the collegiate market, whether it's in the ticket business, which has been a big pillar of our business, hospitality, Lakers, Super Bowl, Final Four, etc. And again, monetizing those relationships. So it always comes down, so, I've been planting a lot of seeds for many, many years, and those seeds, and especially in this town, it's such a small town, whether you can say it's big or not, but I think you do the right thing, and all you have is your word and your integrity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you mentioned a bunch of things, and I would say besides you being an awesome entrepreneur, the networking aspect has led you to so many different ventures, as you've mentioned, Cameo, and a bunch of other things in addition to your foundation. You've got so much going on. How do you find the time?
I really think if you're really passionate about something, I love it. Like I'll write all my notes at night, what I got to do the next morning, and I'm on it. I'm on it hard. I'm a note guy. I like to cross off, what I get done every day. I'm a big email guy. I have a girl that works with me exclusively, and we just, my thing is, if you don't ask, you don't receive.
Yes.
People give to people with charity.
Yes.
And I've taken my love and passion for Leah and really helped her with the Ladylike Foundation. And, as my wife would say, just blessing, opening up doors for her and really helping her grow, which, was when I met Leah, we were at the Ritz-Carlton Marina, and now she sells out the Beverly Hills Hilton, and it's become a who's who. And I just think if you're really passionate about something and you believe in something and you really, really care, it's unlimited what you can get done. And I've showed that with my mom and dad's foundation. And this being the 20th year, we've established a board designated fund. My goal is to have in the next 5 years, $5 million under management. So when the God forbid, when the Pump Brothers are done and passed away, there's a real endowment and there's real money still given away.
Oh,
and
you're
it's
never
all
going to be done.
Yeah, but it's all in play right now. And the chapters. I like to say the third chapter is coming. We've been writing a book, my brother and I, 2 boys, 1 ball, 1 dream, about the foundation, and we want to tell stories on how we grew our foundation from a little foundation, into, it's, we like to call it, the BET, the SBs all in one together. And we've really kept our parents' legacy alive after 20 years.
Yes, you have. I've been to your gala. It is amazing. And you're right. It is like the ESPYs of some sort. It's amazing. And you guys have done an awesome job in just getting people there and getting them to contribute to your cause. So good job.
We're starting a podcast.
Yes, there you go.
Put Me in Coach, hosted by Cedric and the Pumps. And obviously Cedric has been a dear friend for a long time, and he's given us an incredible opportunity here. I think we can tell really good stories, whether it's Hollywood entertainment and sports, through our relationships. I think the Pump Brothers have that ability to get to everybody. and get to them over and over and over, whether it's Ice Cube or the former president of Mexico or, stars. And I think, people want to hear stories, like right now, wouldn't it be great to hear Doc Rivers in a week or two? But we have great ability, great stories, whether it's football. Willie McGinnis and Paul Pierce both were seated when they were young kids with the Pump Brothers on our AAU team, and have developed a great relationship with both those guys. And I really do think we have some great stories to tell and be able to give some insight.
You could probably do a whole show just on your foundation and the gala in itself. I mean, you definitely have got a lot to offer, and your podcast is clearly going to be successful with the host and you guys and your stories. Tell Leah she's up next. Okay.
She's definitely making a difference in young girls' life, and it'd be great to get her on here very shortly.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. For me, I get asked so many questions about all of my different business ventures and how did I do this, and whether it's the restaurant or, anything else that I've been involved in, and people just don't know. And again, a lot of times people don't have relationships. So my way of trying to give back is doing this podcast and being able to have people such as yourself and others that have been successful in business and just, overall, and give people some hope, because people don't think that they can, and they can. And sometimes it just takes being able to see how someone else does it, whether it's your personality, your spirit, your enthusiasm, and as you said, just being a man or a woman of your word. So I appreciate you, Dana.
Marlo, your next guest needs to be Sam Watson.
Sam gave me a hard time yesterday. He is next. He's next after Leah.
Definitely a real LA legend, iconic person, and what he's done in the boxing game is tremendous, and he's really transformed LA, and what he's done in the fight game, music, and crossing over two beautiful young boys, and I'm a big fan of theirs.
Absolutely. And again, you just gave another example of how sometimes people just don't know what to do. It's not that difficult to take something that is a passion of yours and to monetize it. Most people just don't know how or where to start doing that.
They'll open up a couple doors by just letting someone hear, and hopefully this has been a good insight.
It absolutely has, Dana. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon. Thank
Bye,
you.
Marlo.
Bye.
Bye-bye.